Hi, everybody. This week for reading, we are focusing on context clues. All right, and so what exactly are context clues? Context clues are hints and evidence in the text that readers can use to help them figure out the meaning of an unknown word. All right, there are different types of context clues. The five common types are ideas, and that stands for the I stands for inferences, the D stands for definition, the E stands for example, the A stands for antonym, and the S stands for synonym. So, to help you remember the different types of context clues, think about ideas. I inferences, D definitions, E example, A antonym, and S is for synonyms. All right, so let's take a closer look at each type. Inference. When you infer, you are drawing conclusions to figure out something the author does not directly say. Inference is often described as reading between the lines. So let's look. The hippo had to do more than just wade in the lake because the water was so deep. So you have to figure out what wade means. All right, and so wade means that he's going into the water. Obviously, you see the hippo. All right, it says the hippo had to do more than just wade in the lake because the water was so deep. And wade is when you're walking into the water, and you normally wade into shallow water, but he had to do more than that because the water was so deep. It didn't tell you the what wade meant. You had to infer. All right, the next type of context clues is the definition. A definition is a word meaning. Sometimes the author will include the word meaning in the sentence. So let's look at this sentence. The golfer put the ball on a tee, a small stand on which the ball is placed for a kickoff. So here it gives you the definition of tee right after the word. You see the comma, and then you see the definition. All right, and another context clue hint is an example. Sometimes the author will include an example of what the unknown word means in the same sentence as the word or in another sentence in the paragraph. Frank kept boasting about his track trophy. All of his friends were tired of hearing him brag about how he was the fastest runner and a first place winner. So you have the word boasting. So you have to figure out what that means. So it says he kept boasting. All right. All of his friends were tired of hearing him brag about how he was the fastest runner. So boasting means you are bragging about something. All right. Another is antonym. An antonym is a word that means the opposite of another word. Sometimes the author will give an antonym or non-example as a clue. So remember in third grade, you learned the antonyms were words that meant the opposite of another word. Kara was anxious for the first day of school. She wasn't calm or relaxed at all. So the opposite of wasn't calm or relaxed obviously means anxious. All right, that's the antonym. All right, so if you are anxious about something, that means you are not calm. All right, and synonym. A synonym is a word that is similar to or means the same as another. Authors may use synonyms in nearby sentences to describe meaning. Santa was a, oh, I'm sorry, not Santa. Sanaa was a very timid girl. She was shy and nervous to speak in front of others. So you have the word timid, and timid in this sentence means shy and nervous. All right, so remember we have synonym and we have antonym. Antonym is the opposite. Wasn't calm or relaxed, so that means anxious. All right. So we have synonym. All right, it says good readers use strategies. There are five big context clue strategies that readers can use to find the meaning of a word. Read around the word, break the word apart, look at the pictures, use text features, and use your schema. That means what you already know about something. Let's look closer at each strategy. Read around the word. So when you come to an unfamiliar word, you can read the sentences around the word. You may find context clues or another phrasing of what the word means. Dad always had to cook extra food for dinner. He knew that Petey had a voracious appetite. Petey could eat an entire meal and still be hungry. So if Petey has a voracious appetite, that means Petey basically just greedy. But so Petey could eat an entire meal and still be hungry. Ooh, that means he has a big appetite. All right, break the word apart. You can use your knowledge of a word or a word parts to find the meaning of a word. Does the word have a prefix, suffix, or root word that you recognize? And remember, prefixes are words or word parts at the beginning of a word. Suffixes are at the end, and root words are the base words. So let's take a look. Gracie was unpredictable, so mom didn't know how she would behave at the party. So you have you remember this word in third grade. Means not. That is the prefix. Able is the suffix. And then you have predict is the base word or the root word. So not predictable or not able to be predicted. So Gracie was not able to be predicted, or so mom didn't know how she would behave at the party. Mom doesn't know how Gracie is going to behave. She's unpredictable. All right, there we go. Is in yellow, not. Able is in purple, and that means to be able to. And then you have the base word or the root word, predict. All right, you can also look at the pictures. If the text has pictures, use them. Authors include pictures to help the reader better understand the text. Blue jays are beautiful birds. They perch up high in trees using their talons to hold on to the branches. So what are they using to hold on to the branches? Obviously, talons are like their little feet, or their claws, rather. Use your schema. Schema is what you already know. It is your prior knowledge. Good readers use what they already know about a topic to help figure out words that relate to that topic. The scuba diver put on his gear and then jumped out the boat. He descended below the surface to observe the ocean habitat. So if he descends below the surface, what does that mean? That means he's going below. Descends means to go below the surface of something. I know that scuba divers swim under the water to see animals and the environment, so I can infer that descended means to go or move downward. Let's practice. For the following slides, see if you can use your knowledge of context clues and strategies to choose the best meaning for the underlined word. All right, so this is from Peter Reynolds, The Word Collector. The words I have chosen are from the book The Word Collector by Peter Reynolds. You can watch and read aloud of the story by clicking on the cover of the book. You do not need to read the stories to complete this activity. You can click here if you would rather hear this book read by the Obamas. So you can click here. All right, so it says, one day Gabby was playing, and my light is right here on the words. I'm sorry. One day, Gabby was playing with her other mermaid friends near the reef when something shiny glimmered in the sunshine and caught her eye. So they're asking you what glimmered means. You have choices: started moving quickly, flickered or gleamed in the light, to make a noise. And I want you to think about it. I'm going to give you a few seconds to figure out what glimmered means. And you can call out to Miss Livingston. Okay? And Miss Livingston, you can pause right here. So, as you might have known, glimmered means flickered or gleamed in the... It means flickered or gleamed in the light. So the star should be here, so I'll move the star. All right, Gabby swam over to take a closer look, but the object started to drift farther away with the currents. She started swimming faster to catch up and finally reached out and grabbed the object. So you have to figure out what drift means. Does it mean to get lost, shine and glimmer brightly, slowly carried away by movement? Okay. So you have to figure out what drift means. And again, Miss Livingston, you can pause. All right, it was a mirror. As Gabby stared at her, let me move my light. As Gabby stared at her reflection, she thought it must have fallen from a passing ship. Gabby ran her finger along the beautiful motif that was on the frame of the mirror. It was a pink and gold polka dot pattern with blue stripes. So you have to figure out what motif means. I'm sorry. Something pretty, designer pattern, polka dots and stripes. All right, Miss Livingston, pause. Let the class figure out what it is. All right. A motif is a designer pattern. All right. As she was staring in the mirror, she heard a deep bellow come from nearby. She looked around and saw a huge whale not far off. She dropped the mirror out of fear and swam back to safety with her friends. What does bellow mean? Does it mean a quiet noise, a type of ocean animal, or a deep, loud, roaring sound? All right, the next one. Gabby told her friends about the gorgeous mirror she had found and was devastated when she realized that she had dropped it when she got scared. Gabby was eager to have the mirror as her own and decided that first thing in the morning she would go looking for it. So what does eager mean? Wanting to do or have something, deciding to be brave, or jealous. All right, again, you can pause. And the answer is wanting to do or have something. All right, and that is the end of the lesson. And so, what you guys will do at your seats are these multiple meaning word practice task cards. All right, and so there are 10 of them. So, you have to figure that, like, for example, you have to figure out what wow means here, and you have to figure out what wow means here. So, obviously, the answer to this one is B. So, when you choose this one, you would not choose B. Shelby served Jacob some French toast for breakfast. He ate it politely, even though he's not wild about French toast. Not well behaved, in a natural state, very enthusiastic, or out of control. If you are not wild about something, that means you are not very enthusiastic about something. All right. And so you have the answers to number 1, task card number 1, and task card number 2. So now you have to figure out the answers to numbers 3 through 10. So hopefully everybody gets task cards numbers 1 and 2 right. And remember to type in your name. All right, and we will go over these answers when I return. Well, when we pick back up on Thursday, because we have testing on Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, good luck on your assignment.